there.
Oh, okay. That's
Get
almost
them
South
okay.
Africa. How do we
I
get
think
there? Which
so,
language you want to be addressed in?
I got wena o rata unjani.
Yeah,
You love being
Zulu.
Zulu. Love being Zulu.
No, I love being Praetorian. So what are we reviewing today?
Today we are reviewing one of my favorite books by my favorite authors.
Ooh, mama.
1,000 Splendid Songs by Khaled Hosseini. And yeah, it's my favorite.
Excited.
I'm excited. This book was first published in 2007, and Reho first read this book in 2021.
How good. Yes, I read it in 2021, but it still has stuck with me to date. Like, I might not remember all the specifics about the book, like your details and stuff, but I know it broke my heart. Like, when you say the book broke your heart, it's purely an understatement. It just shattered my heart. Like, it's a story that you carry with you long after you have read the book. And they have a really nice synopsis at the back of the book that I think will just set the tone for our review. But Miriam is only 15 when she is sent to Kabul to marry Rashid. Nearly 2 decades later, a friendship grows between Miriam and a local teenager, Layla, as strong as the ties between mother and daughter. When the Taliban take over, lives become a desperate struggle against starvation, brutality, and fear. Yet love can move a person to act in unexpected ways and lead them to overcome the most daunting obstacles with a startling heroism. I think it's really important to understand the synopsis, but it's also like a very high level overview. When you go into the book, you realize when they say the ties between Miriam and Layla was strong, you get to understand how they got to a point where those ties are strong, and they had a rocky start.
Yeah, because it was not always like that in the beginning.
It wasn't. And when they say to overcome the most daunting obstacles with a startling heroism, when you get to read the book and you get to the end, that's when you realize really Miriam was heroic in the most painful of ways. Yeah. Looks like you wanted to say something. We both wanted to say something at the same time.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that when I first saw this book, and this book was actually recommended to me by my boss, and when I first saw this book, I thought it was just a light read. I don't think I was ready for this emotional turmoil, for my heart to be broken. But then the minute I saw Miriam is only 15 when she's sent to Kabul to marry Rashid, my first thought was,
another one,
child bride, stuff like that. And I already had this thing
because it's a painful reality. I mean, child marriages are just a painful concept.
And I feel like Miriam azanga phila sharp, like from start to finish, like azanga phila sharp. And for now, I was like, I think I have kwal mama high, and I know her mom had her own difficulties, but I feel like sometimes as a parent, you don't get to say hula sharp, no.
But you're so strict. But that's the thing. But that's the thing with parenting. Like, you parent in parallel to also figuring out yourself and dealing with your own nonsense. And hula no is not going to happen for everyone. It happened for Glennon Doyle, but it didn't happen for Mama Miriam.
But then where do we draw the line? Like, where do we say, like, you can't be now busy more. You can't be doing that. Okay, you're a mother. You're supposed to do that. You can't parent your child like that. You know how I feel. I feel like if you can say Linda Maka Naira, you already know
You
what's
already
the
want the
problem. You're
problem.
already acknowledging
And
that
you're
there
choosing
is a problem, and I'm choosing this because
To
that's all I
continue
know.
it, yes.
But you can know something different. You can learn. You can unlearn your
You
bullshit.
can-
I'm so sorry, but yo, Ma Miriam,
But isn't Miriam's dad also equally to blame?
I think, you know what, ne? And I know this is bad, but I think men get away with a lot of things
They do.
because of
They do.
re se se re ba raitile down.
They do.
You know,
They
already
do.
says there is a immediately when you asked about Tata Miriam, in my hearts of hearts, I was like already, you know. But then Liana, he was equally to blame. Liana little nonsense
But now, what about the wives? It's a Papa Miriam that organized this Miriam, this marriage between Miriam and Rashid because they felt threatened by Miriam's presence in the home.
as being the eldest child.
Yes. Because they're equally to blame, and for me, it's even more painful because do you not wonder, and do you not wonder what is going to happen to this child?
I don't think
Like,
they care.
guy as Mozadi, like I feel, you know,
No, I hear you.
there's an African concept there where you are raised by more than just your mom. Like Basadi Baba and Lebona, they raise you. Because I feel her as Basadi we are more maternal than we would like to be. So where with maternal instincts it's our needly guy
Yeah, I think they
to
chose
collectively
themselves.
agree and say we are going to marry this child off.
Yeah, I
And they
think
would not have done the same to their own children.
No, they won't. But I think they felt threatened, and then already they made a decision. So they were not thinking. They were not even thinking about her. Yeah, but then we like
But now
So-
you raised an important question where you said hore. No, you didn't raise a question. You made a statement there hore. Like from
Yeah.
beginning until end. And that for me I felt hore was probably the central question about the book. Like I'm not quite sure what the central question could have been, but is this what Miriam's life was all about from beginning to end? I'm wondering now if Miriam had not been present in Layla's life, would Layla have lived a different life?
Probably.
Was it because of Miriam? It was definitely because of Miriam, but was it Miriam's purpose in life to be and wait until Layla was born and grow and old enough to be her sister wife, and for Miriam to do her heroic act and give her happy ending?
Lelo hore, that was her purpose in life.
It would
No way.
Is that not what they mean?
Yeah, that's what they mean. But like, what is the reason? What is the reason? That's why I think there was these memes, these funny memes. Look at if ever you know.
But I battle with that a lot because
Yo.
why you turn it because
I mean, Miriam and Nasa Sonic will play with some who pave the way for life. You see, so no, ma'am, it's fine. Let's a lot of spoilers because this book is just.
Do you have a favorite quote or favorite part
Yes.
in the book?
I have.
You came ready.
I think it's why it was page 7. Because why you look how it's page 7.
7.
Yes.
That's right in the beginning.
Yeah, because I think also this is what we were speaking about right now, and maybe it's also part of the whole book because like Khaled writes about this very early in the book, but then you listen to this and then if it's not the whole book.
Okay.
Nana said to Miriam, learn this now and learn it well, my daughter. Like a compass needle that points north, a man's accusing finger always finds a woman. Always. you remember that, Miriam. Like how
Fairy
fairy
tale
tale.
babae ya tla ka Rashidi ya tla le ka ngonola wa Rashidi
Yeah, the war. After Mola, the other men that
that man like the plot there was no,
when I thought it was all over, and then my heart just broke. I wanted to fight him. Actually, I want to fight everybody in this book. One by one. Whew, guys, no. No way.
Miriam's story is painful.
What is your favorite quote?
I don't remember if there's a favorite quote, but I do know I always have scenes that stick out to me, and I think you already know which scene it is.
Guys, I did tell you we were talking about like let's have another 10. Now I'm just laughing because
the
scene now. Lenoga.
Yo, na like I wanna see that much like this one. So for context, I get Miriam is married to Rashid, and I think there was a time where she prepared food. She prepared rice, and she undercooked it. I think she wasn't feeling well or something like that. She undercooked it. Yay! Rashidi akwata. Rashidi went outside, got sand. So that part where Khaled describes Miriam chewing on sand, or is it small stones, and how her teeth cracked during that, and she lost like it was one tooth or what. But that scene really for me was like, if there's anything that breaks the camel's back, it should have been that. But I know there should have been other moments earlier on. But as I was reading that book, that scene just sticks out. Because we would clap again.
There are other ways.
Speaking of Robert Clap, because Rashid ended up being this violent and angry person. But do you remember how Rashid was gentle to Miriam in the beginning?
Yeah, I do.
Like he was gentle and he was kind.
You know most why that happened. No. Get out like after why the gentleness ended. I don't want.
The fertility issues. Is that what you didn't want to spoil?
Yes.
Ask easy, but like read the book, guys. Even if I said fertility issues, it does not go into depth the struggles that this woman faced. But yeah.
So I think after that, like this unkind, this horrible man.
He was a horrible man.
Yeah, he was a horrible man.
Okay, so that's your code and that's my part. Did you think you learned something new from the book?
Yeah, there's a lot of history in here. History lessons in here. Also about civil unrest and how the whole while that happened, also families were falling apart. Women were being left without men, and in these kind of countries,
you need a man to survive.
Yeah, guys,
like there's nothing you can do without a man.
Yeah, there's no way.
We are shopping.
Men must accompany you and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that was also like some cultural things that were new to me. Okay, not new. Like you learn about these things as you go along, but then because of this book went like into detail, you get to understand why certain women wear certain clothes and stuff like that.
You also get to learn some like nice terms, not nice terms, but like from a different language that they speak. What this means that, because he does throw in, I don't know what is the language now, I've forgotten the word, but the language that they speak in that country, he throws in those terms here and there. So you get to learn that in addition to the history lessons as well. I learned a lot about the Taliban. I've learned a lot about Afghanistan from reading this book, because yes, it's a fictitious story, but it is based on true events. So the events that happened, and I think, is it this book it also gives like a sequence of things that happened, or like some.
I think it's the other one.
Is it this one, or is it
No,
Kite Runner?
The Kite Runner.
Okay, but yeah, they're still from Khaled, and yeah, I really enjoyed the book.
Me too.
I would recommend it. Would you?
Yeah, I'll definitely recommend
Show
it.
for 10 out of 5.
5 out of 5. How? 10 minutes.
I can count.
Yeah, I know I love this man. And I love his work. He's just...
Let's love his work.
He's God sent. Like
his writing is really good. He's quite descriptive in his writing. Like when he paints a picture for you, when he paints a scene, you get it. Like there was a scene where... Okay, I'm going to spoil it now. I don't want to spoil it. But there was a scene towards the end where he's explaining the conditions in which Miriam is, and when he speaks, when he wants to tell you about the smell or the scent in the environment, like you can smell it. When exactly. Just from reading, like you put it very well. Yeah. I would imagine if someone asked you, is this an author that you would want to meet? That you would say
definitely, yes. You definitely. Mr. Khaled, if you see this, like
come see us.
I've got some questions.
Now.
I've got some questions. But yeah, this is a very...
I wonder how long it takes to write a book like this.
Yeah.
Just
curious. You see, that's why we need to meet him.
Nah.
That's a Khaled question. I've never written a book.
Yet.
Yes. So yeah, thank you for watching
and listening to us talk about this book, this yellow book that we enjoyed so much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ditto.